He jumped out of that airplane and he ran as hard as he could for about 100 yards, and then he just collapsed on the ground. Just about dusk, an F-100 was making a GCA approach. He declared emergency and came back. One of his engines went out, and for some reason he didn't put his wheels down, and he landed. And I think the magnesium in the brakes went off, so it was like a giant flashbulb that went off. We thought the plane had exploded. He jumped out of that airplane and he ran as hard as he could for about 100 yards. That closed the runway because there's all the fire department. They were all out there on the runway. It's snowing. I can't see what's going on. There was a T-33. This jet had declared emergency fuel, so you couldn't tell him to go around. Approach control's got this guy coming in on the final, and the only runway we had that he could see on instrument conditions was the runway where the F-100 was. The supervisor, that was a staff sergeant, I told him, I said, look, we got an airplane coming in. We got 25 people out there in the middle of that runway. There's snow on the ground, okay? He can't see what's going on. He's gonna plow into that whole group. What do I do? He wouldn't answer me. And I thought, what in the world am I going to do here? So I said, 2 guys, 1 airplane, 20 people. 2's better than 25. I shut the runway lights off. He couldn't land because he couldn't see. He went around, and they vectored him over to the Dayton Municipal Airport, the civilian airport. He landed there, he flamed out on the runway. And I thought, okay, this is what happens when you're an air traffic controller and you got an emergency condition and nobody wants to be a part of it. So I never told anybody I turned the runway lights off. But they lived, everybody on the ground lived. And I thought, okay, all right, let's see what happens next.